Choosing the right location affects maximizing Airbnb income. Some people may think that Airbnb may be saturated with real estate investors. Trending currently is Airbnb real estate investing. More and more real estate investors presently taking advantage of short-term rental market. The reason why generally, short-term rentals such as Airbnb generate 3 times or more than a traditional long-term rental. However, this type of ROI, return of investment, may not be reached for some investors. Even so, the location of the Airbnb is very important when buying Airbnb rental. In this video, we will be explaining what you should look for when choosing the best location for an Airbnb rental. First, discuss the type of property that you are considering buying, for example, a vacation rental. Second, contributing factor to consider are safety and security of the area, location. Third, consider the availability of transportation. It's important to remember to have available to your guest accessible to airport, train, shuttle bus, rental car, Uber, and any other forms of transportation. With regards to take into consideration of what kind Airbnb rentals to purchase. There is an extensive variety of property types that can be related with this stage. Airbnb offers a stage for people and landowners to lease their spaces, giving a novel and customized convenience experience for travelers. At the top of the list, there are some property types related with Airbnb rentals. Whole homes, lofts. This is one of the most popular property types on Airbnb. It includes leasing a whole home or condo to guests, furnishing them with a private and independent space during their visit. These can go from little studios to open multi-room houses. Confidential rooms. In this kind of Airbnb rental, the host rents out at least one confidential room inside their own home. Guests share area regions like the lounge room, kitchen, and restroom with the host or different visitors. A more reasonable choice for travelers is okay with sharing space. Shared rooms. Shared rooms are the most financial plan accommodating choice on Airbnb. In this plan, guests share a room with different guests or the host. It's an extraordinary decision for solo travelers or those searching for a social encounter and an opportunity to meet new individuals. Getaway manors. These are bigger, extravagant properties frequently situated in well-known holiday spots. Getaway manors offer conveniences like confidential pools, open gardens, and shocking perspectives. They are great for families or gatherings looking for a top-of-the-line excursion experience. Remarkable facilities. Airbnb likewise includes a scope of exceptional and whimsical facilities, for example, treehouses, yurts, houseboats, and even palaces. These properties offer guests an exceptional encounter and are frequently pursued by explorers searching for something strange. Condos in private structures. Many hosts lease individual lofts inside private structures or edifices. These units are commonly completely outfitted and furnished with vital conveniences, giving an agreeable and helpful stay for visitors. Condominiums and apartments. Townhouses and condos are well-known Airbnb rentals in metropolitan regions. These properties furnish guests with a more metropolitan and city living experience, frequently found near attractions, eateries, and public transportation. It's essential to take note of that guidelines and limitations on Airbnb rentals change by area. Hosts ought to get to know nearby regulations and guidelines to guarantee consistency while posting their properties on different social media platforms. So, let's take a break to do a little house cleaning. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up below, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating videos. While considering the well-being and security of an Airbnb rental, there are a few contributing variables to consider. These variables can assist with guaranteeing the prosperity of both the guests and the actual property. Here are a few key contemplations. Area. The area of the Airbnb rental assumes a critical part in well-being and security. Research the locals' standing and crime percentages. Pick regions that are known for their security and have low occasions of wrongdoing. Search for neighborhoods with great road lighting, very much kept up with public spaces, and a feeling of local area. Property access. Assess the openness of the property. Decide if it has a safe entry or gated admittance that confines unapproved people from entering. A property with restricted passageways can assist with upgrading security and lessen the gamble of unapproved section. Locking mechanisms. Check the quality of the locking mechanisms on doors and windows. Are they sturdy and in good condition? Consider installing deadbolts, security chains, or additional locks for extra security. Reinforcing entry points can deter potential intruders. Safety efforts. Survey the presence of safety efforts on the property. Consider introducing surveillance cameras, movement sensor lights, or a caution framework to upgrade the general security. These actions can go about as obstacles and give a feeling that everything is safe and secure to the guests and hosts. Crisis readiness. Guarantee the Airbnb rental is outfitted with fundamental security gear. This incorporates smoke alarms, fire dowsers, and carbon monoxide locators. Have clear crisis leave courses and give visitors directions on what to do if there should be an occurrence of a crisis. Correspondence and backing. Lay out clear correspondence channels with guests. Furnish them with crisis contact data and guidelines on the best way to contact you or an assigned resource in the event of any worries or crises. Expeditiously answer guest requests or reports of safety issues. Visitor screening. Execute visitor screening measures to guarantee the security of your property and the encompassing local area. This can incorporate looking into visitor profiles, checking visitor characters, and using Airbnb's informing framework to convey and get to realize expected visitors prior to affirming a booking. Nearby regulations and guidelines. Dive more deeply into any neighborhood regulations or guidelines with respect to transient rentals. Guarantee consistence with security norms, permitting necessities, and a particular rule that apply to your area. Keep in mind, focusing on well-being and security safeguards your guests as well as keeps up with the standing and respectability of your Airbnb rental. By carrying out these contributing variables, you can make a safe and pleasant experience for your guests while moderating possible dangers. While considering the accessibility of transportation for an Airbnb rental, there are a few contributing elements to consider. Simple admittance to transportation choices is significant for the comfort and fulfillment of your visitors. Here are a few key contemplations. Nearness to public transportation. Decide how close the Airbnb rental is to public transportation centers, for example, transport stops, metro stations, or train stations. Guests frequently favor properties that have simple admittance to public transportation as it permits them to helpfully investigate the region. Being inside strolling distance or close to open transportation can be a critical benefit. Leaving offices. If your Airbnb rental is situated in a space where guests are probably going to have their own vehicles, taking into account the accessibility of leaving facilities is fundamental. Check assuming the property has assigned parking spaces or close by parking areas, carports where guests can securely leave their vehicles. Obviously convey stopping plans to visitors to keep away from any disarray or burden. Openness to air terminals. Assuming your Airbnb rental is in a vacationer or business location that draws in guests from away, think about the closeness to air terminals. Being situated close to air terminals or having simple transportation choices to and from air terminals can be interesting to visitors, particularly those showing up via air. Transportation organization administrations. Consider the accessibility of ride-hailing administrations like Uber or Lyft nearby. Visitors frequently depend on these administrations for their transportation needs, particularly when public transportation is restricted or inaccessible. Guarantee that these administrations are open and much of the time accessible nearby your rental. Walking distance or riding a bike. Survey the walking distance and riding a bike of the encompassing region. Visitors might favor where they can without much a stretch walk or cycle to local attractions, eateries, shops, or public transportation choices. A walker accommodating neighborhood with walkways, bicycle paths, and bicycle sharing administrations can increase the value of your Airbnb rental. Openness to significant streets and expressways. Consider the closeness of your Airbnb rental to significant streets and roadways. This is especially applicable for visitors who intend to investigate the encompassing regions via vehicle. Simple admittance to significant streets can make it more helpful for guests to explore and investigate the locale. Transportation data and assets. Furnish guests with data on neighborhood transportation choices, including public transportation plans, close-by transport stops or transit stations, and any suitable guides or guides. This can assist guests with arranging their schedules and explore the region. By taking into account these contributing variables, you can choose an Airbnb rental that offers helpful transportation choices for your guests. Simple admittance to public transportation, stopping offices, air terminals, and other transportation administrations will upgrade the general guest's experience and make your rental more interesting to expected guests. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up below, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating videos.